I've got thoughts on Metroid Dread and the Switch OLED. Things are getting interesting in James Gunn's Galaxy. And EP's Replicate collection grows with a Capcom classic. And thanks to Intel Canada, I've got a killer new gaming laptop to give away. All that and the latest in everything cool today in The Rundown. Hey, welcome to The Rundown. My name is Victor Lucas, and I'm so glad that you found me here in the Electric Playground. Today's episode is brought to you by The Gaming Stadium. They are Canada's leader in online esports tournament facilitation. They've got tournaments happening every single weekend that you don't want to miss out on, and you can find out all about them at tgs.gg. And The Gaming Stadium just put on a very cool event with The Pinnacle. It was at the Vancouver Convention Center. I went down on the Saturday night over the weekend and had a very good time checking out all the competition. There were lots of people there, and I love working with the Gaming Stadium. They're a lot of fun, and they've got other cool things planned for the future, so stay tuned. I'll probably be talking about that quite a bit more right here in The Rundown. All right, today's episode is dedicated to Enigmatic Penguin, who said this on my Bond review. I really think that the future of the Bond franchise is making it a period piece. Modern computers, hacking spy stuff just isn't as visually interesting as the possibilities of doing it against the backdrop of the 1960s. This also allows the Bond character to display some of his less desirable modern character flaws, and the film may not be so didactic about it. I think that's a great idea. I think that'd be a lot of fun. It's going to be very interesting to see how they top themselves now with Daniel Craig leaving the franchise. But I am excited to see what happens with Bond going forward. Great comment there, Enigmatic Penguin. All right, let's get started with the rundown and talking about Metroid Dread. I had a very busy weekend playing a lot of Metroid Dread on the brand new Nintendo Switch OLED, which I have right here. It's never too far away from me. This is a beautiful device. I'll talk about that in a second. And this isn't my full review. I think I'm going to cut something together tomorrow around that. But I will say that Metroid Dread is incredibly well polished. It's so well put together. It's an amazing showcase for this new Nintendo Switch. Of course, I started it on my classic Nintendo Switch because my Switch OLED hadn't arrived by the time I jumped it over and started playing on the OLED. And it was running just fine on the classic. It'll run fine on whatever Switch you have, the Switch Lite, the classic Switch, or the brand new OLED. But it is an incredible showcase piece of software for this new device because the blacks are very dark and inky and spooky. This is a game really built around challenge and terror. You are constantly on your toes in this game. The Emmy robots that chase you freak you the hell out. My daughter walked in on a chase sequence and she was like, what the hell is this? Because you're running, you're frantic, you're trying to get the hell away from everybody and not get caught, because when they catch you, it's just like shocking. Like Samus just gets impaled. But the gameplay itself, obviously skews very similarly to the previous 2D Metroid games, which is a good thing. But the one thing I definitely did notice is that I died a lot. And, I played Metroid Zero Mission over the summertime, and I had a great time going back to that GBA classic. And I got, frustrated, and there was some pretty big challenge in that, but I don't remember feeling quite as like, oh my God, I got to do that again. For me, at least, it's almost like Souls level repetition, but I know that I'm sort of carving my way into the story and into the intrigue of the game, so that keeps me compelled to go forward, and I will just beat my head against the wall until I can get past the bosses. So there are incredible choke points of difficulty, but it's just so moody and evocative and wonderful and beautiful, and it's just a great connection to all of these 2D Metroid classics that we've been granted. I just hope Nintendo doesn't wait for more of this, Metroid excels in 2D form, just like Castlevania does, and I can't wait to see Metroid Prime 4, but there's no reason why we can't have both, especially on a transformable device that the Nintendo Switch is, Like, this is an exquisite handheld device, and it feels so indulgent to play on this OLED screen. I have to tell you, to play Metroid Dread with all of its beautiful colors and alien environments to explore and all the critters that you have to deal with and contend with, all of the map watching that you have to do, and everything is just so pinpoint precise and beautiful. I haven't done a lot of testing of the OLED on other software because I've been obsessed with Metroid Dread, but I definitely will. But so far, incredibly impressed with this machine as well. It is substantially heavier, I think, than the launch Switch. I noticed my hands starting to fall asleep a little bit quicker when I was indulgently in bed playing Metroid Dread. I just felt so spoiled, and I feel spoiled even mentioning that my hands fell asleep, but it is a little bit heavier. I also found that with a game like Dread, which is so reliant on all of the different functionality of the controller, whether you're playing with the Joy-Con or you're playing with the Pro Controller, it wasn't as easy to play as it was when I was playing it on the big screen with my Pro Controller, because you're using all of the shoulder buttons and the face buttons, and you have to be very quick and very agile. It has to feel effortless, and that's not always easy to do when you've got the Joy-Con in your hands and you're shaking the whole thing. But man, this is a beaut. I love the dock that this thing comes with as well. It just looks so sleek and perfect next to, I've got a bunch of classic consoles right beside the Switch OLED, and it's just a great fit in my little entertainment nook. It also pairs up nicely with the PlayStation 5. This is a winner. I do wish it was more powerful, though. It's crazy that we got a brand new revision on the Nintendo Switch console that has been with us since 2017, and we didn't get an advanced chip. I know everybody feels that way. I feel that way. I also found that some of the loading times feel a little bit crazy long in 2021, and it would have been great for them to have some other faster storage internally, or even read off of the micro SD cards even quicker than it does. But these are quibbles, because once you're in the game, you're lost in the games, and they're beautiful on this bigger OLED screen. Yeah, I love it. And, honestly, what I would say about the OLED Switch is that if you don't have a Switch, you've been eyeing one, I know that these are tough to get, but this is the one to get. Don't get the Switch Lite. Don't get the, original Switch. Those are great machines for sure, but the OLED should be your baseline right now, because it's going to be the most premium, beautiful, portable experience you're going to have. And, of course, you'll be able to dock it and have an exquisite thing. And I got to say, kind things about this new kickstand. It's just so much better. The whole design overall for the new Switch OLED definitely improved. All right, let's move on to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Some interesting new developments in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise over the weekend. Deadline reported that William Poulter will be taking the role of Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And then James Gunn took to Twitter to confirm this breaking news that was out there, which was cool. I enjoy William Poulter. He was really impressive in Midsummer, which is a fantastic film that I will never see again. It is so freaky deaky, so twisted. I don't even want to go down that road thinking about that movie. And he's been in a ton of different things. He was in the Maze Runner movies. He was in the Chronicles of Narnia back in the day. We've seen him pop up everywhere. And so he is a seasoned veteran, even though he's quite young as an actor. And it's going to be very interesting to see what he does with Adam Warlock. I was reading a little bit about the character, and apparently he is created to take on the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I don't know if there's a twist. I don't want to know too much. I kind of love that I go into the Guardians movies, because I've never read those books. I've read a little bit since the movies have come out, but I don't know all of the ins and outs of the lore, so I like being surprised. I don't know about you guys, but that is a nice surprise that Will Poulter is going to be Adam Warlock. Looking forward to finding out more about this sequel to a fantastic Marvel franchise. And Chris Pratt, as we all know, is coming back as Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but he's also going to be playing Mario. And he kind of blended both worlds in this crazy, I guess it was like a fan-made trailer or whatever it was on his Instagram, where he fused his Star-Lord persona with a little bit of a look ahead to what Mario might have in store for us. It's insane. I definitely recommend that you watch this little piece with the sound on. It's very funny. I think Chris Pratt knows that we're all in shock that he is going to be playing Mario. My fingers are crossed that he does a good job, because I do like him. I do like Chris Pratt. He's a very entertaining human being, but I don't know if he's the right fit for Mario. We're going to find out. All right, now let's talk about something completely different, the Sandman audiobooks. The people over at audible.ca sent me over a copy of the Sandman Act 2 audiobook that Neil Gaiman and Dirk Maggs have put together, with a cast that is just the envy of every other audiobook out there. It's insane. James McAvoy plays Morpheus, or Dream. Kat Dennings is Death. We have Taron Egerton in there as John Constantine. Riz Ahmed as the Corinthian. Michael Sheen plays Lucifer. John Lithgow joins the cast, and Kevin Smith is in there there. It's unbelievable. Like almost every famous person you know is in these audiobooks. And you could think that all of this casting is kind of done for show. It's kind of stunty, but no, everybody gives it their all. And coupled with that is this unbelievably rich and nuanced soundscape. So it's incredibly immersive. You go on a trip, you know, across dimensions, across time. You go into different realms, you visit hell, and everybody is so freaking good. The music is cool. The sound effects send chills down your spine. Neil Gaiman actually does the narration, and he's perfect. It's so literate. It's so well defined, you know, and it interweaves with a lot of DC lore that we know because Sandman is a DC Comics property, so we're going to go to Arkham Asylum and we're going to hear from villains and about heroes and across all kinds of different eras as well. We dive into history and we visit different periods throughout time that are incredibly significant because Dream, the Sandman, doesn't really exist in our reality. He's an eternal, so he can exist across a wide spectrum. And so there's a lot of these cool little vignettes that are tied together with some overarching story elements in there. And man, it's just impressive as hell. It's just done with such love. I highly recommend it. You can find them both Act 1 and Act 2 on audible.ca. And we're talking, you know, they're like 10-hour productions. They're very meaty. They're very robust with terrific writing and excellent performances. Cannot say enough good things about the Sandman audiobooks. All right, just a few more things, including an awesome giveaway, which I'm going to get to in just a second. But first, Call of Duty Vanguard dropped a story trailer out there from Sledgehammer Games, and this is about the assemblage of a group of international specialists, like a Russian sniper and an awesome pilot, a guy that's super handy with the flamethrower, and a guy that just doesn't take any crap from authority. They're taking on Nazis, which I always like to see. This is going back to World War II, obviously, well-trodden territory. So this game, honestly, not only is it another Call of Duty game, and there can be exhaustion there, but we've been to World War II so many times in Call of Duty and other franchises. This game, you know, clearly has to do something super special, but emphatically I can say it does look beautiful, and it looks like it's going to be fun to play, but are we going to get emotionally invested? Are we actually going to remember these characters and remember these moments? I know that Sledgehammer's worked hard to do that, obviously under some complicated times over at Activision Blizzard for sure, but the game does look cool. I can't take that away from it. I'm looking forward to checking this out when it's released. Nice job on this story trailer for sure. And check this out, Harrison Ford is in Sicily right now, or at least he was a few days ago, shooting new stuff for Indiana Jones 5, and he met up with a bunch of cosplayers. I guess they had crashed the set in full costume, and Harrison Ford was enjoying the moment, and he actually got together with everybody and took some snaps. They went all over social media, which is really cool. Put a huge smile on my face. I retweeted it the other day because it's just so damn charming. You know, I love that Harrison Ford isn't above this moment. He is celebrating this iconic character and the meaningful kind of qualities of this character internationally with these cosplayers. And I just think, honestly, I think it's beautiful. And I cannot wait to see what James Mangold does with Indiana Jones 5. It's real, it's happening. Harrison Ford got hurt, but he's back and they're shooting, and I hope it's awesome. I really do. And Back 4 Blood is launching this week. A lot of people got the early access because they picked up the special edition or pre-ordered or whatever. I played it with Jose and with Bear, and we had so much fun. This is a gorgeous game. It's really solidly built. It looks to me that the developers over at Turtle Rock built the bones and the solid infrastructure and just built a fun-playing, you know, cooperative zombie shooter with all of the experience and reference points that they picked up making the Left 4 Dead franchise for sure. But then they added this other layer of cards and kind of strategizing and mixing things up so you can kind of mess with the team that's going out to kill all of these ridden characters, which is really cool. That sort of asynchronous multiplayer component that's in there as well. This is a tremendously enjoyable escape of a game to play. Immediately, it gives off a very good vibe. It's not easy, even on sort of the rookie mode, which is what we were. We got inundated activated. We were setting off alarms and traps and things like that where we were just besieged by all of these different zombies out to get us. And it was pretty freaky. We were hooting and hollering. We had a lot of people watching the stream as well, which was fun. Thank you for joining that. But it was a blast, and I'm going to hook up with Jose, Bear, and maybe Blake sometime this week, and I'll stream again on twitch.tv/EPN. But Back for Blood is pretty damn sweet. I'll come back with some further thoughts on this game for sure. Okay, now I've got a couple of quick things to unbox. All right, now it's time to check out a brand new Replicade from the fine folks at New Wave. They sent me a 1942. This is the classic scrolling shooter from Capcom. I'm so excited to open this up. I've got a bunch of really fantastic Replicades in my basement, part of the set now for Vic's Basement and the Rundown. So let's take a look. Let's open this up. Hopefully that's all in focus right there. Ooh, all right, let's put this right there. Oh, always fantastic packaging with these Replicades. I love the way that they do this. There is just this incredible attention to detail in the products that these folks make. Okay, so I'll take this and I'll put this box down, and I will hang on to that box for the future. Okay, so there's the front, or let's see, this is the front packaging right there. So there you go. Looks pretty sweet. Right? Very, very nice. Okay, so I don't have any fancy switchblade like my buddy Johnny Millennium does. Just got these scissors. They work. They're useful. And I'm going to carefully take off the plastic right here. All right. There we go. So this is 1942 and 1943. So there's a couple of games in here, which is great. Carefully close those. Getting some nice unwrapping of the plastic sounds for you. There we go. How does that sound? Sound pretty good? Okay. All right. There's the front box. There's the side cabinet. I love this. I mean, they clearly have an attention to detail. They want to kind of fetishize all of the artwork that's involved in this. It's not just the on-screen experience. It's why you collect these things, right? You want to have the full kind of idea of what these little cabinets look like, which is great. Comes a little controller as well. Okay, so we're going to take this and open this up. This is incredible. This is a limited edition 11-inch arcade machine, fully operational. So that's the cool thing, right? It's not just like beautiful lights in the background that I love when these things light up, by the way, but it's not just that. You can actually walk up to them and they're fully functional. And in the case of the Dragon's Lair one that I have, you can actually connect it to a television with HDMI and play the game, which is amazing. So you get the 1942 instruction manual, which isn't just about the game itself. It's obviously about the cabinet and taking care of it and all of the features that it provides, which is really cool. So there is the instruction book. Carefully take out the foam packaging. Oh, this is so cute. Here is the little mini arcade controller. I'll hold that up right there. Hopefully you can see that okay. Look at how cool that is. With all of the switches and buttons. It's nice and clicky. You can hear that. That's nice and clicky as well. Multi-directional controller. USB micro or mini, the kind of the old cell phone kind of technology connector that you use back there, kind of ubiquitous. Everybody's got one of those. I'm sure it comes with all the cables and stuff as well. I recently interviewed Matt Booty from Microsoft. He's head of Xbox, or one of the heads of Xbox, and we were both kind of commenting on the fact that he and I had a bunch of these Replicades in our offices, which was pretty cool. Men of taste, you know? Men of taste. All right, so here is the 1942 cabinet, kind of total out of the 80s wood grain kind of panels right there. This is just insane. I mean, I used to covet these machines like crazy when I would go to the arcades back in the day. And, you know, I don't have the space to have the full-size arcade in here. And that's what's so cool about these Replicades, is you get the arcade experience, and I walk up to these things all the time. I have Tempest, I have Dragon's Lair, and I have Street Fighter back there, and now I've got 1942, and 1943 that's going to be added to the collection. So you can have a little screen protector on there, which I'm going to peel off. Take that off right there. Okay, and there's a little marquee protector. I'm taking that off. I don't want anything to drop, so I'm going to carefully put that right over there. Okay, don't fall. All right, so there it is. So there you go. It's lighting up right there. There's 1942, and I don't know if the audio is going to... Oh, I have to press something to put a quarter in. Maybe that. There we are. This is incredible. I love it. I love these devices, and they, obviously make great little statements in your decor. And if you're an arcade head like me that kind of came up with video games with the arcade kind of vibe, they're amazing in dens and offices and all that stuff. They're also very hard to find, I know. They are big-time collector's items, but I haven't been disappointed by any of the replicades, and now 1942 is going to be a sweet addition in my mini arcade. You're going to see it every day right here on Vic's Basement and the rundown and all the reviews and stuff that I do. So there you go. Thank you, Replicate. Thank you, New Wave Toys. This is awesome. All right, it's finally time to unbox this baby. This is the Asus TUF-F15 laptop that Intel Canada sent out to me to check out, to play on. And then, yes, I'm going to be giving this away. Someone is going to be collecting this. But you know what? Let's get to the unboxing, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the specs that this baby has. All right, okay, so we have opened up the back, and I think that's all I need to do to unbox. Let's see. Oh, I want to do it this way. All right, so we're going to take it that way. All right. Ooh, very elegant, very sleek. I like this logo here. This must be for the Asus TUF line, which is pretty cool. All right, I'm going to slide this around so I don't drop anything in my basement here. Okay, put those down. I don't need the scissors. So we're going to take this, and here is the sweet baby that I'm going to be playing on. Wow, this is very sleek. Look at that. Look at the TUF inscription on the side. I like this logo right here. This is clearly meant to be enjoyed if you are a game player. This is totally sleek looking. Gaming laptops have just gotten so beautiful. All right, let me tell you some of the specs that are in this computer. First of all, it's got an Intel i7-11370H CPU in here. It's got an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070. It's got a 1 terabyte hard drive in there. It's got DDR4 RAM running at 3200 megahertz, Wi-Fi 6 LAN adapter in there. It's got Thunderbolt 4, HDMI, USB, and different LAN sockets, and the screen is a 15.6 LCD that runs at 240 hertz. So this is a powerful little beast. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load it up. I'm going to put some brand new games on there from the Steam store and the Epic store, and maybe some of the Xbox stuff. I'll play some and I'll stream some on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/EPN, so please follow along there and subscribe over there. And we will test this out. I'll show you guys what this thing is capable of. By the way, here's the power brick that it comes with, nice and clean. So you just have this, I mean, that's incredible. Like, you need nothing now to have state-of-the-art video gaming on a PC laptop right now. It's just crazy. Okay, and then after a couple weeks, after I've tested it out, shown it off, talked about this, and given you guys kind of a first look at what this machine is capable of, I actually get to give it away. The way that you can enter is all on our Facebook page, facebook.com/electricplayground. You're going to get all of the information there. I will say that this is only open to Canadians, so please go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/electricplayground, and you can find out what you need to do in order to enter. It's very simple, I promise. And I just want to wish everybody good luck in this giveaway. I can't wait to show off what this machine can do, so please follow along at twitch.tv/EPN. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for the rundown today. I'll be back again tomorrow with some brand new, fresh content for you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for becoming an EPN member. Thank you for following and subscribing our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/EPN. twitch.tv/EPN. You guys rock. We'll see you soon. And until then, play forever.